going to notice that this video, sorry about the bumps, kind of started pretty much in a random place. The main reason for that is simply I had every intention of doing a YouTube video, but I just got tired of it. I'll be honest with you, YouTube and the whole video thing is not my favorite. I don't enjoy it at all. So I tend to try and focus mainly on Instagram, which is my main platform that I enjoy working on and enjoy sharing our stuff on. You'll hear me say it fairly often that if you want to see what we're up to, check us on Instagram. We post our stories there, we post our primary content there. So that's what I focus on. The YouTube thing is an unfortunate byproduct of that. It does take a very large amount of time to film and edit and put these videos together that go on YouTube. And it's not that I get nothing back for it. Obviously, I don't want anything for any of the stuff that I do. I just want to be able to show people how cool this country is outside of what the news makes it appear. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So to get back to the point, this video is going to start 3/4 of the way through our trip, and that's why. Lekker. Right, and we are finally here at Tembe. So we've just got our documentation on check-in. Picked up a nice little booklet about Tembe that'll add to our collection. And here we are with the Land Cruiser Club of South Africa. Everyone will start deflating tires now, just to make things a bit more comfortable. Tembe is a very sandy reserve, so you can get stuck here should you be running road pressures. And the problem with that is if you get stuck and an elephant comes around the corner, you may sit with the problem. As you come into the reserve, there are toilets, there's a curio shop, and the reception is in front of us here. And that is the road to paradise. Lots of tire deflating happening. This is the Mahlasela hard in Tembe. It's a pretty well known hard. They have an AfriCam 24-hour web camera that shows what's happening here. Nothing too exciting at the moment. Oh, here come some elephants. Nice big boy in the distance there. Here we go. What did you see?
Lifelike, look.
So we're driving now through the sand forest. It's quite a nice spot. Not nearly as hot as other places are. All we need now is a leopard in a tree somewhere, and that'll make the day. So here we are at the water tower. Let's go take a look. And now we're at the top. So over that way is Mozambique. It's very windy up here, so apologies in advance. And this side is looking into Tembe. We were last here 2 years ago. Sadly, COVID prevented our trip last year. There used to be a roof on here. But yep, this is the water tower. Hell of a view, eh? All we need now is for an Ellie to come cruising through here. These pathways here are generally all elephant pathways. Vehicles they used to come through here, but not anymore, not for many years. So now they've predominantly been used by elephants to access this area. They dig up the water pipes here to get some fresh water. They are very clever. So if you guys haven't already, that is our Instagram handle. Give us a follow. That's where all the cool stuff goes. Let's take a look. Not too bad, eh? So I get asked pretty much every time we come out here by somebody, why is Tembe a 4x4 only reserve? So let me show you quickly. Have a look here. Doesn't matter how far down I go, this is all I'm getting. And that's why it's a 4x4 only reserve, because you will get stuck here. And there's very little signal. So if you are out and about and you do manage to get far into the park and you get stuck, you're on your own. breeding herd. There's a young pencorp there. 2 of them. So I've left my old man at the camp now. It's 2:30. I'm going to take a drive from now until probably 5:30. See what I can find, and then I'll go and collect him and we'll go for an evening drive. Still trying to find lion. Very difficult to find at the moment. Not quite sure why. I do know that there are cubs. They're not new cubs. They're already a few months old, so I'm not sure why they're still being so secretive. However, on this trip we are just not able to find them yet. One member of our party has found them, but it is a solitary male that they've seen on 2 separate occasions. Whereas usually when we come here, within the first hour or so, we spot the lion, and we spot quite a few of them. There's about 40 of them in the park at the moment, which is a pretty good number for a park this size. So that's a good amount of lion for the park. So eventually I'm sure we'll spot one. Sadly, our trip is drawing to a close, so we're going to need to step up our game a little bit somehow. You'll notice this video kind of just jumps in and starts randomly from no certain point. That's because I only decided at lunchtime that I was going to make a YouTube video for this trip. I did start doing one when we left, but I'm not a fan of YouTube videos. I'm not a fan of trying to stage footage and all of that. So yeah, it kind of got the back seat, and lunchtime today I just felt a bit of motivation, so here we are. So yeah, I reckon by now, let me just turn my microphone around. Okay. We'll get there. Be patient. Right. By now, you would have kind of figured that I'm not really good at this whole YouTube thing. By far and large, it's got to do with the fact that I don't like fake stuff. I don't like stage stuff, and a lot of the big YouTubers that everyone likes to follow, they're not fake, no, but I can assure you they are not 100% absolutely spontaneous either. There is a significant amount of hang on, wait, go do that again, I didn't get it on camera. And oh shit, don't put that there, the label's not facing the right way, they can't see the brand. So that kind of thing I don't care much about. I don't have sponsors, probably because of my attitude, not because I don't really want any, but the fact is I'm not going to say something is amazing because it was given to me for free. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it and why I don't like it and what I don't like about it. In any case, that's my mission. That's the way I operate, and that's why I actually have pretty much no idea what I'm doing in terms of a theme to my videos. So you will see me driving aimlessly like this with just my hand in the camera view, and what you see is what I see. So some people might enjoy it, others might say, God, this gets boring. Hang on 1 second, let me hear what they're saying on the radio. Absolutely nothing. So people might say, oh, this is boring, and skip to the next video. Cool, I am not a monetized channel. You skipping to the next video doesn't hurt my feelings. Those that do hang around, my whole idea in my mind is I want to show you the things I see, because I realize that not everybody is as fortunate as I am to get to sit in a vehicle and drive through this game reserve, for example, which in my opinion is one of the most authentic African game reserves you will find in the country. Why? I'm going to show you. So this is why I say I believe this Reserve, Tembe Elephant Park, is one of the most authentic African reserves you'll find in South Africa. Definitely KZN, but South Africa too. One thing you're going to notice, sorry, I'm using a GoPro to film here just quickly, so the color is going to look a bit blown out because I'm inside the car. One thing you'll notice is an absence of tar roads, and that's something that we see in most of the large game reserves. Kruger, Tlhlu, Mfolozi, Mkuzi. You see a lot of tar roads, which there's nothing wrong with that, but for me it totally takes away from that authentic vibe. And I like the whole Tweespoor, 2-track sand road, bushveld, thorn scrub. That's what I enjoy. This particular year is the thickest I've ever seen Tembe. The bush is very dense. The visibility from the vehicle into the bush in some places is 10 meters max. But yeah, this is what it is. They've had exceptionally good rains this year. The rains came late in the season. There was minor flooding in the region, and as a result, coming into the beginning of August, we have still got green here, which has again now prevented them from burning the reserve as they should every year, to promote the growth of new vegetation, to help clean out all the dead stuff. You will see there are a lot of fallen trees and fallen and damaged bushes here because of the elephant population in the reserve. They do cause a fair amount of damage, and what that does is, as an example, leave stuff like this here all over the reserve, and that eventually piles up and piles up and piles up, and if you don't burn it regularly, you end up with uncontrollable fires, and that's when the large devastation and destruction occurs. A lot of people will remember Australia recently had some out of control wildfires, and as a result of them not doing controlled annual burns of certain areas and regions, it was virtually impossible to stop those fires and stop the spread of those fires. So a big part of game ranch management is controlled burning, which they have started, but by far and large they have a long way to go, if they even do it this year. Another thing that you'll see, obviously, in the absence of tar roads, there's a fair amount of varying track substrate here. So at the moment we're driving on some fairly compressed sand roads. Earlier today we were driving along some very thick sandy roads, and then there's other times driving along gravel roads. So it varies a lot, and the nice thing is, again, it makes you feel like you're in a wild area, an unfenced, unmolested sort of piece of Africa. Right, I don't know how much of this you're going to see, but in any case, so we've done most of the roads in the park. We're currently heading along this road here towards Masazwana Road. Yesterday we've done the East and West Swamp Road, we did Manungu, we did Makombe, we've done Kobe Kaya, and then today we went up from Ponweni and we drove all the way up here, basically up through to the border, through the Muzi border post, and we drove along the Mozambique and Tembe cut line, which is the border basically. We did the Toby, whatever it's called. There's a suspension bridge here. We did that too, and we drove all the way along here, and we came back in through here. This road I don't think has a name. We drove all the way through the forest down here, in Tlazeni. We drove through here, then we turned and we came back down past Dube, and from there we basically went back towards Masazwana again. Came back up, went to camp. That was the morning drive. That took us from about 6:30 until I'd say 2 o'clock. I've been out since about 2:30, and my plan is to pretty much head down the West Swamp Road. I want to spend some time in this Masazwana area, hoping to find some lion. I'll then more than likely head down towards Mahlasela Hard, which is the big hard on Africams, which is with a 24-hour webcam. Go and check and have a look what's happening there. I want to head back along and see if I can't come up the fence line past the airfield and just see what's there before I turn around and either do East Swamp Road and some of the forest. There's a nice forest up here. This is where I saw the Narina Trogon. I might do that and then head back to Ponweni. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, another thing is, I really hope this is in focus. But we're staying at the ranger camp at Ponweni. We're not staying at the lodge, the Tembe lodge. We are part of an initiative with the honorary officers where we do some fundraising with them every year and get them some funds to help keep the reserve as nice as what it is. So we stay up at Ponweni. The Ponweni hard is over there, I think. Yeah, that's the hard. So yes, that's what we're doing and that's where we are. And if you couldn't see this, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving it in the video anyway because I don't do voiceovers. Again, I don't like the whole fake vibe. I want to keep it real and as authentic as I can. You're not gonna see a bunch of posed vehicle shots with nice low angle camera footage of me driving through puddles and splashing. I've tried that before and I'll be honest with you, it's just more effort than what it's actually worth. Let me flip you around. Here's some nyala in the road here. There's a mother and a fawn. Pretty much very common in the park. I think they said they've got something like 2,000 or 3,000 in the park. Shit, I hope I'm right. Which is far too many. I know they are planning on sending a hell of a lot through to Mozambique soon to try and get the numbers down. But it's been an ongoing problem for as long as I've been coming here, and I've been enjoying coming to Tembe every year for the last 6 years. So ever since I've been coming here, Nyala has been a animal which has done exceptionally well and basically an oversupply. They also have too many elephant. However, that's more simple in terms of control. They've moved a few of them off. They've got great relationships with other parks where they donate some animals to them. They've got an exceptionally interesting contraceptive program here happening with the elephants. It's been happening for a long time. There's some really good studies going on here in this reserve regarding the contraceptive program and the impact it does have on the cows. So the elephant population is pretty well managed in Tembe. Lion, I think they said there was 40 lion in the reserve, which I believe they're like more or less happy with that number. They every now and then do send lion to other reserves, send some males away for 2-3 years just to allow the genes to move from this reserve to a new reserve. And inversely, they'll actually bring in lions, male lions from other reserves to keep diversifying the gene pool. If you don't do that, you will over the few years end up with a bit of inbreeding, which is not good for the species. So yeah, that's the key animals here. They've got a variety of stuff on the reserve: hippo, waterbuck, wildebeest, giraffe, zebra, all the normal stuff you'll find in a Big 5 reserve. All the small stuff: pangolin, porcupine, civet, genet. Okay, so now we're on Masazwana Road, or Masizwani Road, and we're gonna look for some lion. Maybe we get lucky and we find them. We're driving into the sun, so obviously what you guys see might not be as great as what I see. However, as normal, you're looking in the same direction I am. You see here, there's quite a lot of elephant droppings here, elephant dung, and these holes, yeah, the elephants dig them, looking for roots from these palm trees. So often there's holes like this all through the reserve, and occasionally we have to drive through them, and that's always exciting. Here you can see some more elephant dung. Just now I'll stop and try and pick up some and give you guys a close-up and a little chat about what it is exactly that makes their dung look the way it does. But for now, the search for lion continues. So this is old elephant dung, and if you open it up, you'll immediately see it's very poorly digested. An elephant can only digest about 45% of everything it eats, which is why they are bulk feeders, eating up to 250 kilograms a day per individual. Everything from grass to sticks to leaves, berries, fruit, whatever they can find. If you look in here, there's complete stems still that are not digested from trees. This is a piece of monkey apple, and there's more the further you dig. The benefits of this, lots of other animals utilize this and feed off of this, as well as termites and ants will use this to create nests inside. Dung beetles then also continue to have their impact on the ecosystem after the elephants have deposited their dung. Human uses, it is a great fire starter, and a lot of people don't know, but it can be used to make paper as well. So here's a nice example of why the four-wheel drive is needed for Tembe. Have a look at the sand. Thick sand, very thick sand. And that's why you need a 4x4. do some chicken strips quickly. So that's the end of 5 days in Tembe. We are back at the main office, about to start our trip home. It's been lekker. It's always nice out here, no matter how poor the sightings are. This is probably the worst trip in terms of sightings we've ever had here, but it's still great to be out here. It's a privilege to come to a wild place like this. So we'll start the journey home and we wait for the next adventure.